Hello viewers, welcome to Core for Any. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Flutter music player inside me to today we need to create here this playlist we need to fix here with remove these errors and we need to integrate here the current playing playlist we need to queue need to display here and that starts how to write down inside these codes. First of all, so we need to go inside this playlist and to create here first of all the new cells we need to develop here. We need to copy these cells, we need to go inside the common view and we need to select here the song row and to copy these codes and to create here the new files and to give here the playlist song row need to give live need to give these names here song row dot dots need to create here and need to paste these codes here and to rename here to give here the playlist song and now need to create here the media items. See the media items and to remove this play buttons no needs this web no needs here and to create here the another view need to needs here the moving the movables control need to set. That's why I need to create here the right widgets. I need to set this here. First of all need to create here the widgets and to give here the right and this index now need to give and need to remove unused, so need to and to add parameters set this here. Now need to see and to set here the image we need to use here the at urls to string we need to give this here the path. Now need to set this here and to remove this here. Now need to image art the set done and we need to give here the names we need to set here and first of all we need to set here the name as we need to give here the titles property we need to set this here. Then after we need to give here the artist this here the this codes need to give this here and now need to remove and to give here the right widgets we need to set this here like need to set. And now one more things we need to give these buttons events we need to create here the invoke buttons we need to develop here. Suppose need to wrap these widgets need to rename here the in inkwell buttons need to develop here well and to give here the one tab events and to write down here the on press give this configures here the this list. And now need to first of all need to this playlist songs row are the ready for the UI presentations and now need to fix this here the set this row UI to set. First of all need to create here the dismissables we need to create here the drag drops we need to create here drag and drops and need to transparent UI we need to set and behind need to display here the current view. And first of all need to go inside here the playlist a playlist inside need to go and need to create here first of all the needs remove this no needs this all song models need to remove here and create here first of all need to the both codes no needs and now defines we need to inside we need to finals page managers class need to get this here is equal to give here the get here the page manager get here the brackets and now need to set this here and to get this package here. First of all need to convert inside the dismissables we need to create this widget into wrap widgets and to use here the dismissables property we need to set this here the dismissables and we need to copy the main audio players. Inside need to copy this data, dismissible data. Previous video inside need to create this all things, but we need to now again need to set this here, this value need to copy this value here, and now need to set here, and to give this here the playlist screen names need to set this here, and to go back buttons need to set this here, and now need to the dismissables need to set this here, and one more thing you need to configure here the remove the scroll bar, no needs here, need to remove this functionality, need to use here the orderables, need to set this here, that's why I need to, and need to remove this observers, no needs here, the remove this codes, need to defines here the value listener builders need to use this here, and to give here the page managers playlist notifiers need to use this here the functionalities to use, and to create here the builders, and to set this value here, children's now comma, and need to create here the only these children's, and now need to set here the queue names, need to give here the queue, and to set this here the value one by ones need to put here, need to cut this logic this builder to this code, no needs now, and to return this here the list. Now need to set this here the first of all need to get this expand, because we need to remove this scroll view, that's why I need to use here the wrap widget with the expanded, let's need to set. Now need to use here the queue length, give this here, and to get here the as object as objects. Now need to pass here the playlist song row, give this here, and to put this play buttons, no needs, columns, and set here the right buttons need to set this here the here the right vectors, and now temporary we need to set here the containers, then after we need to modify first of all need to get here the start at index need to needs here the first of all find out here inside the this to go listeners, and to needs here get here the final int, and to get this value here the started at this here is equal to set here the page manager dots, need to use here the current song value not equal, then need to set as a 0, and if you get here the queue index top to get here the software, and to give these elements need the page manager current song, and this value here. Now need to set this here, and to set here supplementary signs this here. Now need to get here the num value, and to few positions need to get this here, equal to length use years, and minus we need to start at index, get this here positions, and now need to get this all value, and now need to set here the reorderables list view. Need to set here reorderable list view, set this here, and to set here some property we need to give this here the bouncing physics scroll. We need to set this here, and wrap strings need to true, and to padding we need to give here only horizontals. Need to give this here the 20. Now need to set this here, and here one property we need to set here the orders property. We need to set this here and to new index, and first of all need to this value here, and to set this property we need to check first of all older indexed less than to new indexed, then we need to set here the new indexed minus need to set this here, and now need to create here the page managers. Inside need to call this move media index, need to set as a old index, set here, and pass here the new index. Now need to save, and this is the reorderables, and now need to create here the reorderables buttons. Need to develop here, needs to first of all to create here the reorderable buttons, and first of all need to create here key names are always required for the to give here the value keys. We need to set this here, and to use here the queue as object dot id. We need to give this here property to this here, and now need to create here the reorderables buttons. We need to set this here. First of all we need to check here conditions. If you here the indexed equal to queue started, then need to playable songs, otherwise movable. Need to create here the move buttons, that like this. We need to start as index, set question mark, and to define here the icon, and to set here the icon, give this here the dots. Need to set here the bar chart, rounded. Need to set this here this property, and set here the colors. Need to give here the key color primary colors. Need to set here the active colors, and then after need to create here the reorderables. Need to started listens here, give here the children's. Need to set here the icons. Need to copy this here the value, paste, and now need to change these names, and like need to set here track handles rounded. Need to set layers, and to set here the primary text colors. Need to set this here, and one more property you need to this here the so need to set this here is equal to give this here value to as object dot index. Need to this here the value. Now need to set, and to set here must value, and to give you one more property you need to set here the enables. Need to set indexed not equal to started indexed. Need to set like this property, that here the value. Maybe you need to here set this here, fix this warning, to set this here. Now need to like this set here, and to set here the on press event to first of all need to page management managers need to skip to items need to set as an index need to pass here this here. Now need to check here the playlist managers play button states needs here the value is equal to button state equal to we need to post, then we need to calls again to play these place managers because we need to sometime the complete this playlist and we need to again restart. If you select any the row need to set this here, that's why I need to play against need to call this here the play event here, and next now need to set this buttons are the set this here. And one more thing, we need to give here the draggable to horizontal to drag to remove this playlist inside these songs, to like this into logic sets and to wrap these widgets and to write down here the dismissables events need to write down here, and now need to give here the key and to use this key value and to set this here because reorderable always needs here the key, otherwise not working gets the errors here. That's why I need to give this here, and now need to set here the directions. If you the index is equal to you started index and not any operations need to directions are the give here the nulls need to set because no any operations need to perform here the current index, then need to set here the directions to set as a nuns, otherwise need to give here the dismissables horizontals need to set this here, and now need to write down here the on dismiss events dismissed events need to set this here, and now need to page managers and need to remove items need to call these events at need to call and to give this index, and now need to save the swap to remove these years, and now need to save these years. I have to try to load years up all things and to display goods. First of all need to set this padding years need to set like here these columns need to get here the paddings set as a 20, set here the 20, maybe need to give on symmetric give. Now need to set this here. This is the current song here play, and now need to check here the move events. Need to remove this white orders needs here. First of all need to go inside here and to set here the themes before need to this reorderables and to set here the theme property need to set here themes, get here widgets wrapped here and to write down here the theme, set this here. Now need to set as a data it past theme of dot of context need to set this here, need to use here the copy width, need to set here some property canvas colors need to set as a color transparency need to set this here, then after another colors need to set here the shadow colors need to set as a transparent like this need to set, and need to again test reorderable buttons. Now not display any white colors need to easy to move these here, click to play here, but now need to configure this UI, we need to needs here stop pause we need to set, now need to tab here automatically play here the display here, but now not configures here the this above UI, we need to first of all the configure this UI with the data. First of all need to minimize this here and to open here our main players need to needs here, because we need to copy and paste here. Yesterday we need to create video and to detail in explain in details. We need to only use copy and paste this data here. How to configure this UI? First of all, we need to set as a titles. We need to set this all things. First of all, we need to create here this view listeners. We need to define here. Now we need to go and to need this view listeners. We need to copy here this data here. Now we need to go inside the body and to set this here the value listeners and to configure this UI here and to import this here the audio service and to now need to here once image this here. Now need to scroll down and need to configure fix this error issue semicolon and this bracket here and to fix this error here. And now need to get here the current media. We need to get for this value listener to get this value here. Get this value. Now need to first of all need to song related. So need to first of all need to copy this text view for the UI image. We need to need this here text and now need to the player image and now need to set this here and configures need to need this here the order value needs this value 0.4. So need to give this here import this value here needs math libraries. We need to set this here. Now need to configure here the needs here this image to set here the set this value, minimize this value, that here force small size. We need to set this here, same like we need to set here and to copy this value for the progress bars. We need to solve it and this here. Now need to remove this here the text and now need to set this here and to check here. Now here the displaying goods and we now need to set this times. First of all need to set here. Now need to go here the need to copy this value nodes, replace with here the time, set this here. Now need to set either media titles. Need to set this here, copy this value and need to set here, need to paste this here. Same as we need to copy as artist names. Yes, same as we need to paste this here this value. Now need to set. And one more thing, we need to here this previous buttons and next buttons need to get the listener value. Now need to use here first of all the next buttons. Need to copy here and to paste this here. Same as need to copy the previous buttons and to replace with the value of listener builders. Need to with replace these buttons. With here. Now need to set this wall value or the dens inside the to display like data reloading. Now need to play these songs, display like this first ones disables and click here the last ones need to play these ears, and to replay and disable these buttons others, and to change these orders for the playings to like combo sets. Reordering these songs, reorders, and now need to click on back like this, play these songs here. The configurations are the done here and two working goods. And we need to remove this playlist inside this songs. We need to remove here to swap left or right to remove this, remove here the UI, and now need to click on back to play these songs. This is the all functionality done here inside, and now need to configure here the another things we need to configure inside these players. Now need to back here and need to first of all the go inside the mini players and need to copy some codes needs here for the copy these roots, and to go inside the main players and need to configure here the playlist buttons. Now need to go and to paste this here and to set as a this years, and now need to remove. This is the configurations are the done here with the current playing songs. Need to records need to set. Now need to click back into working goods this years, and now need to click this value here the playlist, and to check here the draggable events need to drag this here, and here display both value are the displaying here. Auto dismiss need to set this here. Controls are the working goods, no any issue, set this here. And now one more configurations need to here set as a playlist buttons. Need to configure here the playing queue, configure this buttons with this here. Now need to go inside and playing queue, so need to set this value here and to auto configures inside the pop-up menu. Need to get here index queue need to set as a 2 value. So here copy here this and give here the else. Now need to cut this all here. Now need to paste others and pass and open the current playing queue. Need to display here all here, and also need to configure here the drive modes. Need to configure here, need to needs here. First of all need to this here. First of all need to configure here the same look likes. Need to copy this here and to paste this here to set as a drive modes. Need to set this here and to create these few models inside the dismissibles. Need to set this here. Now need to set this here the drive modes. Navigations need to set this here done. Now need to copy here and to go inside the drive modes, and need to needs first of all the opens here. Main players need to set this here the main player needs here. Now need to use this here the page managers and to set this here the page manager variables, and now need to set this here and need to configure this here page managers. Now need to set, and now need to set here the get it queue this here object First of all, need to create here this dismissibles. Need to set this. Need to copy here and to create here, paste, and to change this name to playlist to drive modes player. Driver mode. Great. Now need to like this set here the name and to give here the click events. Now need to fix first of all this control here. Okay. Now need to create here the valuable listeners. Need to set this here value listener builders. Need to set for these functions. Now need to go this here the this here. Now need to go and to set this here the value and to import this media audio service to set this here. Now need to fix this error here. Suppose need to set here. Complete this bucket. Now need to configure here, and first of all need to set this here names property. Need to set this here. Need to here display. Now need to first of all set here the titles value. Fix this here. And after need to album artist names. So always set this here. This. And we need to set as a first of all need to configure here the this value is here. Also need valuable listeners value P, and to configure here the paddings. Need to remove this here, no needs. Set this here to done this row to 7. That's this here this issue, and now need to this value and to paste this here current, and after as a totals like this. You need to see here why are the goods. Now need to configure here the buttons for the previous next buttons. Need to configure needs here. Now need to here and to paste this here the to set as 60. Then after need to give the buttons configurations. Need to copy these here. And paste this here to set here and to set as a value set. And now need to 7 and to give it the alignment. Need to set alignment as a centers. Need to set the image. Need to copy this here element here center. Now need to give here the previous button. Need to set this here. Now need to copy here listener builders and paste this here. Replace this value here. Now need to save and need to configure here the Now need to go and to change with this clip rect value. Need to add this here. Zero. And to this. This here and to decrease this value, set here the 20 and this value. Now need to save this here. To check this UI, let's see, and to tab on, open this menu here, drive modes, select here. Here not working the drive mode screen opening, need to support this here. Now need to go inside the main players and to down here functions. Driver mode. Set this here. This value is give and to call this function. One but this here. Now need to go here. I need to and to give here the open playlist view. Like this, need to set this here. Now to put here this value, this here, and now need to this functions here. Configure the years. Image we need to pass as a menu. And the list. See this here. To check here the click events gets or not. Now need to gets and to opening here working goods, no any issue. And so need to click here and opening driving modes. Now display goods. To go also need to go here the drive modes and to fix this here the issue. And after need to configure here this value. Here the 40%. Set this here. And to fix this here slider, to see padding, symmetrics need to see it. Horizontals need the 20 to set this here. Now need to configure here the sliders. First of all, need to side mirror inside, need to open this main players and to configure this slider value. Minimize this. Driver modes, and now need to go to, we need to here the value listeners need to copy this here the return value and paste this here like this. Now need to set this here and to import here the math functions need here importings now done, and to give this value here. First of all, also need here the max value, need to give this here the sliders. Here and to set minimum set 0, and now need to this value here and set this here, and to give here the value as I need to past value, set this here, and now need to change events, need to here copy and to paste this, need to set this here and to display buttons bottom. With this here unused variables, no needs. Now need to save. One more property you need to use here on change ends events, need to set this here to pass this value, at like paste this value. Property are the set new. Here now this is the drivers modes are configuration done here. First of all, need to go many players, give here the events to configure here the current playlist inside him, to go and to give here the events. Now need to set this here, now need to save and need to check this UI. Click on play. These buttons need to fix this UI issue to this height. Now check this. At this value here, and done this progress here. Open to the playlist. Here, see here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down in the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. And everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.